Hi there, everybody. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet.
Jolie Gabrielle here from Elevated Planet, and we'd like to welcome you to today's Pam Gregory meditation.
Yes, our usual Thursday Pam Gregory inspired, magnetizing the new Earth consciousness, all that kind of good stuff. And I look forward to these. We've got a good number going through on that every month. I mean, our numbers are modest anyway, right? With for what we do, but last week we got 391 views, which again we have to square that, right? It's the square root of that from an energetic value perspective, from a quantum wave perspective. That's how much difference it makes. And that, what's 391 times 391? 152,881. Is that right, Jolie?
Yeah. I'm going to take your word for it, John, but the energy of that many people just from 300, it just tells you how powerful we are as energetic beings.
Yes, yes. And actually, I did cheat. I did use a calculator before we came on. But nevertheless, I like that because, we've been doing this consistently now for a few weeks where it gets into that ballpark. We're not quite hit the 200,000 yet in terms of that squared number, but we're very close.
Yes.
So it's making a difference to the quantum wave structure. And as I say, I think, we feel exceptionally grateful to Pam, for the meditation
Yes.
that she does, leads us through and all the rest of it, because it's important that we get ourselves energetically aligned with the same message. And and again, it always comes back to this thing, which is obviously our mission statement as Elevated Planet, which is the secret of change is not to fight the old, is not to waste spend your energy fighting the old. It's to build the new, and this is what it's all about. It's about not feeding the negative energy, the negative narrative that is constantly put our way. This is part of the test. This is part of the reason we're here.
That's right. You
So
know,
I'm excited about it because, once you realize what is going on and you can find, again, as this is going back, Pam has been saying this for the longest time, but it's all about, that divine neutrality. It's finding that eagle's perch where you do not get drawn into the drama, where you can find that place of compassion and kindness that is the thing that we really want to share.
yes, that is right. I mean, I agree with that sentiment exactly. I mean, it's not easy. And we have our moments where, you decompress, you might watch a drama, right?
Oh, yeah. There's
Nevertheless, we're talking about, those people are paid to bring you the drama. But in your everyday life, it's really about reaching for the peace, and the ways to connect us and the ways to kind of open our hearts so that more love is available.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I think we're all here as humans. We're not designed to be perfect. We're all a work in
Right.
progress. And
Right.
that's part of the joy of it. And that's the thing. We don't beat ourselves up because we've watched a little something that, because the main thing is to have the awareness. As long as you have the awareness and you do not get drawn in, then it's not probably a good thing to do in some ways because at least we're testing ourselves, we're testing our resilience and building our resilience and finding that place of the positivity and all the rest of it. But we're here to enjoy the journey and whatever brings us joy, and everything's it's all different for us
Yes.
individually.
Yeah. And we want to make sure we leave space for people to be able to express themselves and enjoy their lives in the ways they want to, as we say, as long as there's no harm coming to themselves or the other person, let's open up space. And how do we do that? Sometimes we need to leave people to their own devices without the judging and the labeling. And we get into the love things. I just keep wanting to say that because that's the really the only place things transform is when there's love, is when there is hydration, I want to call it, like something there that is relief for you, and that is somebody or something that you feel safe with. And so I'd like to be that safe space. John is that safe space, and Elevated Planet is that safe space, So that's why we're here is to help you get to that next phase, that next level that you're trying to get to and let go of these blocks. We're holding on so tight, it's time to kind of let go.
Yeah.
And we're here to help you with the how.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to Sunday again. We're back live again Sunday. Last Sunday was the premiere, but this Sunday we're back live. And it's it's exciting pulling this stuff together because I just learn so much week in, week out. And honestly, these last few weeks have been a bit mind-blowing in terms of my kind of like realization about where all this is heading and how exciting it is. And this week, we are digging deep with the story around Mary Magdalene as well as Jeshua again. And it's so fascinating. It really is. And it is so nothing to do with the Bible. It is so nothing to do with religion. It is something to do with compassion, heart-based unity consciousness. It's all about understanding how powerful we are individually and collectively. And this is what the battle is, to try and keep us away from realizing that power. But it's not working, right?
Yeah.
Every week that goes by, there's more and more people who understand and start to get a handle on their own power and start to, we're only on beginning the journey now of
Yeah.
stepping into that power, but wow, what a journey it's going to be.
Yeah, and it gets so interesting because when you speak about staying out of the drama and the negativity, once you begin to raise your vibration, you realize there's really no need for it. Like, I mean, literally you will not engage because it's absurd to you. It
Mm,
becomes absurd. So that's something to look forward to, is raising your vibration and your frequency to where that's not even a part of your program anymore. It's just not even,
mm.
doesn't, you don't resonate, it doesn't come near you. So that's the beauty of growing in a way that is meditative and creating your new reality, is things begin to fall away that don't serve.
Yeah, yes, in true, it's very true. So we need to now shift to the meditation because we've got a little 2 minute trailer in advance of this
Yes.
for something which is totally on message. We've used this before in a few months ago, but it's a video originally created by Sustainable Human, which was not on YouTube, so we kind of brought it to YouTube because it's just such a fantastic message, and it talks about really how you know filled with wisdom, and it's filled with wisdom. It's a clear path forward for humanity, and that is what we're looking for. Something with kindness, compassion, and love for the land and for Gaia, Mother Earth, and working in harmony and balance with nature. Wow. The full video, by the way, is linked in the details below for anybody who's curious after the meditation who wants to check that out. And that's about it, really, because we won't come back after the meditation. We'll leave everybody to find their own little meditative space. And other than that, we will see you on Sunday. Anything else, Jolie?
No, just please like, share, and subscribe and stay positive.
Yes. Yes. Meanwhile, let's enjoy our journey with Pam directly after this little clip by Sustainable Human. Just 2 minutes worth of that. Bear with me a second. We will switch screens.
What if I told you that we belong here? What if I told you that the earth needs us? What if I told you I've seen my people turn deserts into gardens? For tens of thousands of years, native people of this land constructed beautiful gardens all around them. We were active agents in shaping the land to produce prolific abundance. We expanded and designed grasslands and forests for the benefit of all life. We became what the world calls a keystone species, or a species upon which entire ecosystems depend. And our cultures became keystone cultures, refined over time. Now, much was made about the positive environmental effect of the pandemic. As more people stayed home, pollution levels dropped, animals began to reclaim habitat, and the logical leap that many observers seemed to make was that the Earth would be better off without humans. I reject that leap. The Earth may be better off without certain systems we have created, But we are not those systems. We don't have to be, at least. What if these human hands and minds could be such a great gift to the earth that they sparked new life wherever people and purpose met? I'd like to share important indigenous land management techniques in hopes that they might inform and inspire us today. The first is to tap into and align ourselves with the forces of nature. Why try to control the earth when you can work with her?
So as we begin this meditation, you might want to light a candle or burn some incense. Just make sure you're not going to be disturbed and have a sense of creating sacred space. Set a clear intention that this is for your highest good, the highest good of all, and the highest good of the earth. Use a mantra of we're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And then just take 3 long, slow breaths. And try and make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. You might even pause for a few seconds at the end of the exhale. Let your jaw go slack and all the tiny muscles around your eyes soften. Let your face soften, and you feel that heavy, softening relaxation just spreading down through your body, arms, your legs. Feel like butter melting in the sun. We're coming together with open hearts, and we're shifting the collective timeline every time we do this. So imagine our global community. We're creating a sacred global circle. Imagine holding our hands across the world and connecting with our hearts. Some of you may even feel a strong vortex of energy going around the world, connecting all of our hearts together. And know that inside your heart, very small but very bright, is a tiny flame. It's your life force that connects you to the divine. And in the center of this circle, put any living being who you feel or know is suffering right now. People in war zones, people in poverty, disease, famine. You can put animals, birds, all of sentient life. People in extreme weather conditions, earthquakes, volcanoes. Anyone or anything who needs help and healing, put them in the circle. And we're not going to dwell on the suffering because that will magnify it. We're going to raise our consciousness beyond that. So start to see waves of very soft, gentle, pale blue light, waves coming in, soothing, calming, all the extremes within that circle. Calming all the grief, the sadness, the hunger, the suffering. See it all soothing and calming as a mother would calm a child. And you can continue to visualize these soft blue waves of calm light all the way through your day if you wish. And then come back to that tiny, very bright flame of light inside your heart, your divine connection. And as you drop into this light and your breath, imagine that you're breathing in and out through the heart as if it were your lungs. And start to see this light get brighter, stronger, bigger. And feel that we're joining together with that heart light all over the world. Feel the expansion of love that we're creating every time we do this. And as your heart light expands, feel love, joy, compassion, peace, freedom, freedom for all beings. And we're connecting in this ever-growing web of light around the earth. And start to feel with your breath and your heart light that we're feeding this web of light with those positive emotions. Love, joy, peace, compassion, freedom. And imagine this web of light is alive. It's shimmering. It's becoming bigger and brighter all around the earth. We're creating this from the invisible with our focus and our love, and this is how realities are created. You might even notice that other beings are starting to join us. More people, more animals, maybe the elementals, the fairies, the tree beings, our galactic family perhaps, coming together in an army of love, a tsunami of love that is bringing more connection and a sense of oneness to all of humanity. This tsunami of love adds power to this web of light. You might see it as silver golden, sparkling, brilliant, shimmering, vibrant and alive, and taking on its own momentum. And we're doing this by weaving the harmonics of creation with the divine. It's creating an unstoppable force to transmute all of the suffering from darkness into light. We're lifting all of life on Gaia and maybe beyond. And you might even feel that these pulses from our shimmering web of heart light are starting to reach out into the cosmos via this bigger web of light. They're stretching out like galactic superhighways of love. They're reaching out to our galactic family. And also, in this web of light, they're weaving back to Gaia, all of life connecting, even to the inner earth beings and all of those high intelligences. Everything has more life force now. Everything is more lit up, more heightened, more sparkling. It's a sense of pulsing oneness and harmony across our entire creation. Everything is connected to support the other in this web of light. This is cosmic love and unity consciousness weaving together to create a new reality in higher timelines where anything is possible. We're raising the love and light quotient on the earth. We're creating new stepping stones of light for others to follow. We can change timelines in a moment. We're coming together in thousands every day in one focused intention to build a more loving new earth. We're the bridge builders, the pioneers who will be talked about in history books. We're embodying that new frequency. We are New Earth. We are creating a new energetic template. And our legacy will be that we stood strong in our light, our love, and our joy as acts of defiance as the battles raged around us. We're imprinting the energy field with a blueprint of a higher version of humanity, with compassion. And our legacy is how much we raise the love quotient in the world. We're warriors of light and warriors of love. Know that deeply in your heart. We're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And you might just check to see if we've eased the suffering somewhat since we started. And do you feel calmer, clearer, as if the lights have been turned up? Did you see a vision of the future we're creating together every day? Know our power as we come together in numbers every day to do this with spiritual dedication. Every day when we do this, we're adding to the tsunami of love across the world and the living light, which is creating a very different reality for us all. It's a powerful legacy to say that you could not have done more for love in this world as a bridge builder. And gradually, you might start to feel your body again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And just come back to the room. I just want to thank you and send you many blessings to you all for being with me on this journey of immense courage and transformation. God bless.